Chicago had wrapped Lena more in glass, noise, and caution. At 23, she had never given herself to anyone, not because she was naive, but because she was careful. In the city, everything was fast and hungry. Men wanted access, not understanding. So she stayed untouched, guarded, alone. Then a letter arrived. A remote cabin in the Rocky Mountains. Her late uncle's last possession. She planned to sell it, sign papers, and leave. But the mountains had other plans. That's where she met Elias Cole. The mountain man. He was 14 inches taller than her, built like the cliffs behind him, silent, steady, unmovable. His beard was wild, his eyes calm, his presence overwhelming without effort. He didn't smile to charm her. Didn't talk to fill silence. He simply stood there. And somehow, she felt seen. Snow trapped them in the valley. No signal. No city escape. Days turned slow. Elias showed her how to light a fire without panic, how to carry weight without complaint, how to listen to the land. What frightened Lena wasn't his size. It was his patience. He never touched her. Never crossed a line. Never rushed what the city always demanded. And in that space, something inside her began to soften. At night, the wind howled like the past calling her back. She stayed, not because she had to, but because, for the first time in her life, she wanted to. End of part 1. The distance that changed everything. Spring came slow to the mountains. And so did Lena's awakening. The 14 inches that changed her forever was never about dominance or desire. It was the space between fear and trust. Between control and surrender. Between who she had been, and who she was becoming. Elias taught her without teaching. He let her fall, let her fail, let her choose. One evening, as firelight danced on the cabin walls, Lena finally spoke the truth she had carried for years. "I've never been with anyone," she said quietly. Elias didn't react. No hunger, no surprise, no pressure, just respect. And in that moment, she realized intimacy wasn't about being taken, it was about being held, even without touch. When Lena left the mountains, she didn't leave unchanged. She walked taller, looked people in the eye, knew the weight of her own worth. Chicago never understood what happened to her. But she did. A mountain man didn't take anything from her. He gave her something the city never could.